Let's get to the Jets and Zach Wilson. As Adam told us off the top, Wilson's arthroscopic knee surgery expected to determine whether he will miss closer to the 2 or the 4 weeks, or could it be longer? They could find the knee is worse than they thought when doctors get in there during surgery. Our injury analyst, Stefania Bell, pointed this out on Twitter. Sometimes details don't fully reveal themselves until actual visual inspection in surgery. But here's the thing. Here's the problem with Wilson missing reps in both practice and preseason entering year 2. Last year's number 2 overall pick struggled mightily in his rookie season, ranking 30th in total QBR and last among all qualified quarterbacks in both completion percentage and yards per dropback. He needs the reps. So, Marcus, given Wilson's struggles last season, how concerned should the Jets be with Zach Wilson just missing these reps over the next few weeks?
Very much so. One, this is a young football team that they're trying to build. They lost Mekhi Becton, which I think is huge. I think he could have been a dominant force. I believe the Jets wanted to run the football as well, but you draft Garrett Wilson because you think that that's another progression in Zach Wilson's career and finding out if he's going to be the guy long term. Now, look, this is not the end-all be-all. I tore my meniscus when I was playing in the league. I played 9 years. I was 200 more pounds than Zach Wilson. That has an effect on how you come back from this injury. So I'm not talking about injury, but to your point, Boogie, the questions are about gaining experience, playing and having as many reps as you can possibly have, not only just to play football, but to build rapport with the teammates that you have there in a season where you are going to have to ascend as a quarterback if your team is going to have any chance to be really, really good. So this is concerning for me because of multiple injuries, but more importantly, the time he's missing to prepare for a season after we saw last year he missed time as well.
Yeah, so Mina, a lot of people saying just go get Jimmy Garoppolo, but what do you think about that? Should the Jets just stick with what they have, or should they go get Jimmy G?
With this injury timeline, I don't think it makes sense. You know, when Wilson first went down and we were hearing maybe it's the whole season, I thought, well, that's a natural fit with offensive coordinator Mike LaFleur, connection there via Shanahan to Garoppolo. But less than that, and it sounds like it's going to be quite a lot less, it doesn't make sense for this team for a few reasons. One, candidly, the goal this season for the Jets shouldn't be to win at all costs and try to make it to the playoffs. It should be to develop their young quarterback and see what kind of pieces they have around him. Beyond that, Laura, last year we saw when Zach Wilson was hurt, Mike White, his backup, came in, played really well. I do think that it put some pressure on the young quarterback. Pressure, by the way, that he responded well to. I don't think it makes sense from a developmental standpoint to bring in Jimmy Garoppolo to essentially do the same thing over a longer period of time, because I do think he would play well in that system. In my opinion, you just stick with Flacco and Mike White, both capable backups, ride it out, and then get Wilson back on the safest timeline possible.
And that's what I think they're going to wind up doing, sticking with Joe Flacco, sticking with Mike White. They'll see how the surgery goes and then make a decision. I think they've been pretty clear about the fact that they expect it to be 2 to 4 weeks. But we've seen the Jets' luck before. Nobody would be surprised if the doctor went in there and it turned out to be a little bit worse. You hope that's not the case. But when Robert Saleh has talked this week, he came out last week and said initially that Mekhi Becton's knee injury was fine, only to find out later that, of course, he needed season-ending knee surgery. And so that's what gives this whole organization pause right now. They just went through another scenario last week regarding another former first-round draft pick. Now they're waiting on another knee surgery for another former first-round draft pick, and they're hoping that it is what they think it is. But until that happens, they are waiting to see.
A little bit of good news is the sun is out. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's a beautiful day.
In New York.
Hey, what's that you hear? It's the collective groan of Jets fans.
My goodness, man.
Put your head in your
They've been
hand.
through enough.
It's a lot.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.